Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Well. No, it was cutting in and out. Okay. Alright. Am I still muted? Or am I not muted? Alright, I'll entertain everybody then. Alright, folks. Well, I was chilling. I was hearing things that you weren't hearing. Welcome back, though. Levi's gonna be briefly indisposed. Oh, we were just talking. We were just chatting about some stuff. I was telling him about Dark Souls 2. I think Dark Souls 2 is in like desperate need of a remaster. That's the main thing I was thinking is like Dark Souls 1 had its quote-unquote remaster, and that was okay, I guess. It wasn't anything great. Demon Souls, when it got the remaster, it was great because the problem with it was that it was PS5 exclusive, but it was really, really good. It was really good, I thought, anyway. So I think that Dark Souls 1 and 2 could really benefit from it, which then triggered me to go into like a tirade where I was angry at Naughty Dog since they've remastered The Last of Us several times when it is desperately not in the need of a remake ever. It never has been. But, in any case, that's a point for a different day. Today we're here with Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and I guess I'll go ahead and do the recap. But, I mean, if you watched the last one, you already know. So it was determined through a trial. Well, first off, we saw that there were two endings to the trial, which kind of further proves the point we know it was a sham. Because there was a body up in the 5th floor in the garden area, and all the evidence pointed to either Makoto or Kyoko, but we know now, neither of them are the culprit. And Monokuma, or the Mastermind, or whoever, was just trying to get rid of both of them. Either of them? All of them? I don't know. But, thankfully, thanks to what I think might have been the death throes of Alter Ego, Makoto's life was spared, which does bring a really funny point to fact. I mean, I guess it was an imagination, like Levi said, but it's a really funny idea that Alter Ego would not have saved Kyoko, but did save Makoto. But yeah, so Makoto got saved, was knocked down into the trash chute, and stayed down there for a good bit. But then Kyoko arrived, with help, gave him some food, and explained to him the situation, revealing that she is suddenly, or not suddenly, but has slowly pieced together and remembered her identity as the ultimate detective. Which was pretty easy to guess, all things considered, given her knack and talent that we've seen so far. It was not hard to figure that one out. We did get to see the cup ramen Kyoko, which was very funny. IYK. But yeah, she explained that. She explained that there's more secrets in the school. I can't remember for sure how much was revealed in her conversation and how much is still yet to be revealed. Because if you remember, I have played through all the Danganronpa games, so I'm well aware of the lore, but I can't recall for sure how much was in fact stated in that conversation, so I'm going to keep it tight. But basically, she revealed a lot of information, one thing of which was that her ultimate identity is the ultimate detective. And she had an vested interest in figuring out the mystery of this school and what's going on. In any case, her and Makoto were able to get on out of there using her master key that she was able to get. And we don't know what's going to happen next. They were heading out of the trash compactor, or I guess it's not really a compactor, it was kind of just a trash chamber, which is kind of weird, but yeah, they were getting out of there. And who's to say what will happen next? How are the classmates that voted Makoto out gonna feel whenever they see him? How's the Mastermind gonna feel about seeing him again? And what will happen next? Will there be another murder before we get there? Or will there be one after we get there? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. But you know, who knows? Except for me and other people that have already played this game. Also, quick shout out. Can you believe this game is 15 years old already? Is that not kind of wild? I was talking to Levi about that I saw people on Twitter. Much like when we did the Uminekos, I always looked up on Twitter something going on with the game. And I saw someone reminiscing and being nostalgic for this game when they played it in 2019. And I was like, the game came out in 2010. It's like, sure, whatever. Be nostalgic if you played it, but still, you played it 6 years ago, and at the time it was 9 years old. So I just found that wild. But I guess here we are 15 years later playing it. Levi's first time. In some fairness, I think my first time playing it was either 2015 or 2016, one or the other. I think it was probably 2016. Yeah. What year did V3 come out? Does anybody remember? I guess I can look it up while I'm here. Because I pretty much started playing right before it came out. Coincidentally, I was very happy. If I can spell, hold on. When did you come out? Oh, 2017. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I started playing in 2016 because I remember I finished Danganronpa 2 early in 2016 and I was like, oh man, that was so much fun. I just want more of it. And then I started to see leaks and information about V3 coming out and I was like, what? I'm right there. I was like, I'm at the forefront of the news. It's really cool. And then I got to play it when it finally came out. I have a distinct memory of being so excited for the game. I remember it got a Japanese release before it got an English release or an American release. And so I was watching a guy who spoke English and was playing a Japanese copy, and he had a he had a Japanese to English dictionary sitting beside him during the game, and he did live translations of the game. Of V3 because I was just so excited about the game and I was so eager to see what the game was all about and I wanted to see all the trials and stuff. So that should give you some semblance of idea of about when I started playing and my reputation with the games. Hi, Duke Onklid. We're waiting on Levi. He's indisposed temporarily, so I'm just bantering. Talking about the game. We're getting close to the end. We are getting close to the end, despite what the game said about during the Sakura trial. We're getting there. Yeah. We'll probably finish this one before we end up going to Colossal Con. I'm going to be a little sad, I think, because the way time's going to shake out. I think we're going to start 2 and then take a little break because we're all going to go to a convention. And then have to come back to it, which is, I wouldn't prefer that. I'd rather if we could play it all consecutively or sequentially, but, you know, it is what it is. I will say, one other thing I'm really excited about, as we've mentioned before, us on the Nat 1 Productions crew, we're going over to Colossal Con, which is in Sandusky, Ohio, here at the end of the month. One thing I'm very excited for is this is going to be the first time I'm cosplaying at a convention in like over 10 years, like 11 years, 12 years, something like that. Now I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not like, going with like foam armor or weapons or anything like that. Or handmade outfits, but I am doing some cool characters. If those of you carried over from our Umineko times, I got a costume of Kinzo Ushiromiya. I'm very excited for that. I don't know if anyone's going to recognize it. I hope somebody does, but I'm very excited for that one. And then I'm also going to do Detective Oishi from Higurashi. And then I'm also going to do the Sakamoto Taro from Sakamoto Days. Simple costumes. I didn't want to do anything too crazy, but I'm very excited to do them just because, well, one thing I kept in mind this time around, because since I did cosplay before long ago, is I wanted something comfortable, something I could breathe in, and something I could see in, and ideally also something I could eat in. So I was like, all of those will work, because all of those are people that just wear normal clothes. Especially since this is going to be like in the dead of summer over here. So like it's going to be hot, hot, hot outside. And it's probably going to be hot, hot, hot inside just because of the amount of people that are going to be there. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. I don't know. I don't know what else. I still have to figure out a question for the day. I'm trying to think what would be a good question. Usually those kind of come to me as we go through the stream. I know I said I was going to start doing them at the beginning of the stream, but it's like, I feel like it's better to wait towards the end, just because, what my question is influenced by what happens in the game. Because, like, I could ask you a question right now, it's like, what's your favorite sandwich? I could hit you with that, but if there's no sandwich mentions later in this game today, it's going to seem a little out of left field. I guess it doesn't matter that much, but still. Oh. Did you know they made a peanut butter and jelly Reese's cup?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, it's relatively new.
Yeah? Is it any good?
I haven't tried it.
Okay, I was about to
I don't know. I love Reese's cups. I think a peanut butter and jelly Reese's cup would probably make me like
it's one of those things that it sounds like to me it's too sweet for its own good.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea of jelly with the chocolate and all that.
I can see that, yeah.
I think that's just too much. Yeah. That's too much. But I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. My dad tried it and he did not like it. Also, yes, Duke Onkled, I have a portrait of Beatrice, and if it weren't for the fact that I'd be afraid of it getting damaged or like stained, I would totally bring it and I would just be yelling about Beatrice. Yeah, I was telling Duke Onkled my Kinzo costume came in.
Oh good.
Yeah. It's happening. It's here. And it's really good, actually.
It's good. That's what we want.
I'm so wearing it to a job interview.
Well, to continue from where I was left off, I was walking around the property, and I saw this funny little orange cable sticking out of the driveway going up to my family's home. And I was like, oh, that's strange. So I looked up after I came back into the house. I looked up, what does a fiber optic cable look like? And lo and behold, the internet told me they tend to be like bright orange cables that sit in the ground. And that cable has a spot on it where the actual like outer orange covering has worn off, and so it's you can see the actual cable inside of it. And I never usually have much connectivity problems on days where there's no bad weather, but usually if it not even if it's like badly storming, but if it rains a little bit, that's when I'll have connectivity problems, and I think it's because water gets into our fiber optic cables.
Nice. So you have direct access to that as like a treat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could go in there and get a bite.
Just like the sharks. They love fiber optic cables.
Eat some raw internet.
and deposited directly to my taste buds. Oh my goodness. Suddenly something has gotten caught in my throat.
That's the fiber optic.
Yeah, apparently.
It's the internet.
That's internet.
Dude.
In your lungs.
I was gonna say you got some internet in your teeth.
But yeah. So gonna.
I already did a recap.
I see. Okay.
You gotta get in there.
Gonna see if my my family can do anything to deal with that, because it's not even just my problem. That's a whole our entire property problem. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
My parents
besides.
have been battling with that stuff too. Oh gosh.
Okay.
The 16th student,
This
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Wait, what is it she says every time?
I can't remember.
It's something like stay away from them, or like
I think it's watch out for her.
Yeah, watch out for her. Oh, the ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Oh, that's right. We were talking about maybe the ultimate despair wasn't one singular person.
Yeah.
Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That descriptor is not great.
He's about it, man. He's telling you how bad it is.
I'm with Duke Onkled right now, number 16. The last thing you want in your Hope Speak Academy is a secret student hiding around. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Well, has it really? 'Cause,
No,
like, you
they
don't,
haven't.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't have any evidence of this at all. It's just your...
That's like saying you found out your enemy is anonymous.
Yeah.
It's like, we finally figured it out. It's like, no, you didn't. Oh, you're still down there.
But right now...
Anyway.
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so like you just want me to... I mean, you got the skeleton key. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Pick your evidence.
True.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Why do you... There's not... You don't need to be cryptic anymore, man. Like...
Reaction.
Monokuma tried to kill you!
Purple text, one thing. Reaction.
Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room. The Mouska tool.
Indeed.
Yes.
The surprise tool that will come in handy later. Later being now.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the Mastermind. I would never part with it.
And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
What about it?
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right?
I don't know, Makoto. Seems a little far-fetched to me.
Hey, Kyoko. We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
I really thought it was about to zoom out again and make me click on her again.
Let's find out.
Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yes! It opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go.
Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Hope Kyoko got down here without being seen. Finally.
Yeah.
We were finally free.
Well,
I suppose, no, I keep forgetting, in this timeline, Monokuma doesn't necessarily know that she has the key 100%. He knows that she... Well, actually, he doesn't know that she stole the stuff, but he knows that someone has it. I mean, she would probably be the most likely conclusion, obviously, but still, he can't be 100% sure.
there's no school rule against it.
That too. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun.
Oh, gosh.
Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life.
Jumping right into the deadly life.
Yeah, we don't even get a school. Or is the school life going to come after?
Ooh.
Maybe we'll get some peace. I doubt it. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to into the tunnel. What a thrill.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. With darkness and...
Yes.
The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Nice being a gentleman, Makoto, and going first. We climbed into the darkness. God, it must suck climbing a ladder in boots. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said it, I'm kind of getting nervous.
Oh, gosh.
Straight vertical ladders are horrible. I hate climbing straight vertical ladders. They gotta have a little bit of an angle to them. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. But okay.
Sure.
So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? She probably doesn't remember that yet.
5.
How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember.
Okay, no, she does remember.
I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
She's Erica's daughter.
Yeah.
This is my headcanon. Umineko transitions into Danganronpa through Burnt Castella and Erica, who are the through line.
Dang.
Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence.
A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned,
Weird.
and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride.
Pride. So that explains... Flashback? Oh, wow. Literally the beginning. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
Huh?
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though.
What?
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face.
What is it? I'm about to start calling you Curious George, bro.
so...
I want to sever all ties with him.
Sever?
The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, He had a promising future,
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family.
Oh my god, it is. It is Battler. It is. The cursed timeline where Battler got with Erica.
Yes, the end of episode 5.
Yeah.
Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. Okay, that's not what you say in this conversation right now, Makoto.
He must have had his reasons.
I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective.
I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
I
don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing I can never forgive.
Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life. Forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family?
Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing.
Dang.
I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us.
We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room?
I do.
I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease. And so,
Yay!
looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. And now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
We should probably make sure we're just out of sight of that. This is how we got out of the garbage pit.
Go back in.
I would never have imagined that's where this led. I didn't mean to get the gate. I wanted to talk to Kyoko. Okay. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the Mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
It's not against the
Yeah.
rules.
It's not against the rules, man.
Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
The Mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The Mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The Mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the Mastermind let their guard down.
There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. But... we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Alright! Whatever you say, Kyoko.
Mm-hmm. We're back.
I can probably just...
Who would have ever thought we'd be back?
Not me. I thought we were gonna die in that garbage pit.
I didn't even think we're gonna make it to the garbage pit.
I thought we were gonna die and that was gonna be the end of the game. Right there.
Yeah.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's not what he
Hey,
said.
hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I do.
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Boom, boom.
You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing.
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time I won't leave anything to chance!
Kyoko!
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
Yes!
What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
What? I lose?
Hey.
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery.
Oh, that's me. Alter ego.
You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that!
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Poom, poom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the Mastermind themselves. But what reason would the Mastermind have to accept the challenge? Principal? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes.
This late?
Now, what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a
I
climax.
hate this.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms.
Shut up.
Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain
Let's have one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
That one was a stretch, Monokuma.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations. Come on, Makoto, put two and two together. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro, yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, nope, no, he's lost it. Yep.
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now
I'm done talking! I got nothing left to say to you! So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
What? Leave me alone! Get out of here!
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway.
This is your fatal mistake, Monokuma.
I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go.
Okay.
Now you
Still
get the
going.
point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym.
Awesome.
I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than I expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us.
Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal.
But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept.
Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the Mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
Reaction.
So when was it that the Mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, the Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other.
They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that.
Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept.
You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair.
What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led the Mastermind. Oh, what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness.
What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it.
And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations.
Oh, okay.
Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, They tried to use a class trial, following all the proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer.
But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes. Thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world...
Sorry, wrong voice. And when that fact was exposed to live TV on live TV to the entire outside world, it gets hard when I'm going back and forth and I'm both the characters.
Yeah.
The Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations.
But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me. Another path opened up.
Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. She's an empath, Makoto.
True.
She's psychic.
You wouldn't get it.
I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Didn't we make a joke about that at the beginning of like someone who was the ultimate empath?
Yeah. I can't remember who, but yeah.
But it looks like I got it right.
I think we were doing it about Sayaka because she kept saying the I'm psychic bit.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet.
She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief.
To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time.
I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him.
Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy.
Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing.
You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on.
True. I feel like they're just gonna get in the way, I'm not gonna lie. Can't we just do it just the two of us, Kyoko?
Yeah.
True, but now we know who our real enemy is. Byakuya's probably gonna find some way to be like, how do we know you're not tricking us?
Yeah. Makoto's dead.
Yeah, Makoto.
Who are you?
Yeah. You're some flesh homunculus that Monokuma made.
Yeah.
Oh. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind.
Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
Okay, so Kyoko's on the same page as us. Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go?
All right.
I guess.
Oh, let's see how this goes. You already know Hiro's gonna be screaming about how we're a ghost
It's
for
a
like 10 minutes.
ghost!
Yeah. Oh, the joke was that Makoto's actually the ultimate empath instead of ultimate lucky student. That's right. Okay, that's what it was. Thank you,
That's
for
real.
reminding us of that. Should probably check the. Well, I don't know if they would be in here because it's nighttime. But this is kind of the gathering place. Nope. Oh wait, okay, maybe. And suddenly, we were greeted with. Oh hi. What?
You got it.
You again?
Yep.
You... Is he... broken?
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about.
I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Up.
Is that
There they all are.
Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Yup. I killed someone and got away with it.
It's just that easy.
It's actually been this easy the whole time, guys. Everyone could have gotten out of it.
Yeah.
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
That's the nicest thing you've said to me, Byakuya.
Yes.
I'm just asking to make sure, but
Oh my
you're
god.
not a ghost, right?
I am.
I am. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks.
It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog.
Get away! Shoo! Shoo!
And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Yeah.
Alright, let's start with the hard hitter.
I still can't believe you survived.
Maybe Sayaka is dark empath? Sorry. I'm reading Onklet over in the chat. He's killing me. Yeah. Me either.
Do you realize why it is you escaped execution?
You're not about to say, like, it was me or something, right? It was... Alter Ego. He... saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yeah. I'm glad I made friends with Alter Ego because he saved my life, yeah.
Yo,
The
Makoto!
experience was make friends. It will save your life. It will...
Talk to computers more, they're awesome.
Yeah, true.
What was it like hanging out in the spirit world?
I didn't go to the spirit world. Dang it, Makoto. You should have gaslit him and be like, I saw everyone. All of the dead students.
Yeah,
They were all there. And they're really angry at you specifically, Hero, for some
Yes.
reason. I don't know why. They wouldn't tell me. They just told me they were really angry with you.
They kept saying it's all your fault.
Yeah, I think.
Did you get to talk to her?
Who?
Miss Cleo!
No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo?
Awesome.
I'll get yours out of the way first.
You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten?
Sorry. I was rolling around in garbage for a while.
The smell is so smelly.
I hate you.
Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me.
Are you still not taking a shower? Have you?
I win.
She seems happy for some reason. Yeah,
She
you're
won.
gonna win for an hour until Makoto goes and takes a shower. Until. So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone?
Well, we figured since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again.
And?
No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked.
So there weren't any new areas.
Dang it.
Then where can we go to find new clues? Well, Jokester's got the key.
Makoto. There's no time to indulge in any extended happy reunion. You need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the Mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all.
I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right?
No, I didn't do it! Like I keep telling you!
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me, or any of you.
Well...
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the Mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the Mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the Mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto?
Nah, I just didn't. I Kyoko pretty. I did. You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
I do know.
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school rules. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The Mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the Mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules?
They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the Mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey! I'm totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later.
At this point, you can just say it's him, Byakuya. I think everyone else gets it. I think.
So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the Mastermind?
But there's more to it than that, correct?
Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Every last mystery?
But
But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone!
I hate you.
Hey! Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us?
How do they know?
I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah, that's funny.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
But figuring out who the Mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries...
It's a pretty freaking tall order. I flipped those, but it's okay, I'm taking it.
Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
Dang.
You can't agree? Why not? I mean, Working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too. At first. Until Monokuma gave that little hint of his.
Put it together, Makoto. Come on. Hint?
Nothing. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
But why?
So, in other words,
If the Mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the Mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the Mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the Mastermind would have to be one of them?
Or one of us.
that's right.
And of those 16 people, we started out with the only one still alive. I did the enunciation wrong, but oh well. Are the people standing right here? Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the Mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious.
Wait! We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility.
And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the Mastermind, they'd have to be oh, yeah, you're right. That's... She changed. Or I swear her sprite changed.
But if one of us was the Mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand.
That would be crazy. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us.
Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation.
Well, maybe, but still.
Nighttime.
We all gotta go to bed. We can talk about it in the morning.
Me when the time is night.
I mean, technically, we don't gotta go to bed. We could, we just can't be in here. But
Yeah, because it's gonna lock up.
let's all go to the bed. Let's all take a bath together, guys. Let's.
Yes.
Oh, is this new? Is this different?
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
That's crazy. That's.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every
Oh,
room in the school.
All right, just like that. Okay. Well, that was
Whatever
easy.
you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
So like we got unlimited time?
No.
No, okay. I mean, he didn't say anything about time limit.
How
No.
very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation.
But
I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold
Goodbye.
your responsibility.
oops,
Well then.
clicked it a little fast.
I don't know.
After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master! He didn't take me with him!
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee.
What?
You're totally useless. So, bye.
With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall.
And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Nope, I got my puppy dog to go with me this time.
Indeed.
That's right.
Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
I mean, honestly, it's probably better for everyone to split up because we need to cover ground, so...
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the Mastermind's identity.
30% chance of success on a good day. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Aw, everyone's really gonna go off by themselves?
What about you, Hina?
I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
cause, I
But
mean,
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else.
You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died.
Makoto! That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something out that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later.
Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Everyone knows now, basically, just to leave you two alone. You can.
Yeah.
They get it done when it's the two of them. They put in the work. So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us.
I think I see
Kyoko.
what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just seeing it as I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. Exactly. Yes, precisely. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah. That's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school.
We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary.
With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the Mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the Mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the Mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together.
Just like that.
I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the Mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Yippee! The headmaster's room, the bio lab, the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started.
Cowbell.
Places to check has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Written in English, funnily enough. All right, well.
Yeah, this was old enough back when like the stuff would have come in Japanese, but they even would have translated the English text written on things like that. Old.
This is the closest, so we'll go here first. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor dorms. Nice staircase. Which means I have to do it.
Did you not want to?
Oh! This is the second floor of the dorms? Women's bathroom. It looks like some ancient ruins. And bloodstain. Or
Don't worry
no,
about that.
it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something.
La Bamba.
I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to check to see if it would let me go around, but I figure it wouldn't. Nope,
Nosy
can't even
grits.
look at the... There is one room I can enter here.
Yeah.
This is probably gonna be like where Mukuro's been staying, right? I bet.
I don't know.
Let me check bathrooms. Are you about to be like, I can't go into the girls' bathroom, really, at this time? With this much
Someone
necessity?
might be using it.
This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Monokuma hiding all of the evidence in the girls' bathroom and then having it switch over to the boys' bathroom whenever any of the girls show up because all of them are too righteous and virtuous to go into the bathroom of the opposite sex. Literally nothing in here. All right. Great. Not even a monocoin for my troubles. Even I thought I went to the girls' bathroom. Sorry. My brain. Okay. Let's go.
What?
Curse of Ra.
Yes, I am
Oh.
Horus.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. Let's go in here before we get the rest. Dang!
I could be there. I could live there.
Where'd the rubble even come from? The ceiling's fine. Where'd the... Alright.
It's decorating.
The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Monocoins for my troubles!
Wow.
I didn't think we would be getting social time anymore.
Oh, you're not going to.
Okay, so yeah, there's just monocoins here for there to be monocoins, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose I could still try to get, like, the achievement of get all the presents, but I doubt I'm gonna. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Okay. Alright. Giraffe.
Giraffe door.
Jor.
Yes.
This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I can look in almost all of them. Great.
Monocoins.
I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Samesies.
There's a metal plate mounted onto the locker. There's no way to get it open. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door.
What the heck?
That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... Beep, beep. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I don't think this locker's gonna open. But it has coins!
Woo!
Okay.
Me win coins.
I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. Yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna click all of them just in case.
Bzz. Bzz. Busted
Looks
up
like this
locker.
locker is already broken. Looks like this locker is already broken. Okay, that was the same locker. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open.
Have you tried though?
There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I want to know what's inside it. There's no way. Coins!
Yes.
Coins are inside. Can't
My
imagine any way to
favorite.
get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. Alright. I believe that's all of them. Yes. Okay, so nothing in this room right now. Perhaps if we find some discarded e-handbooks somewhere, though. What was this room? It's got an adjoining room.
The super special secret room.
Oh! Was this Mukuro's room? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room, or is it the headmaster's room? It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
Oh god! Kyoko jump scare.
Yeah.
I like to think that like he opened the door and she was like perfectly behind the door, so he didn't see her when he came in, and then he closes the door and she's just like right behind him. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's the headmaster's private room.
Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time.
Huh? A regret? Oh god, I didn't expect the room to be that large. I didn't. She is smaller than I expected her to be. There does appear. Yeah, there's a fake wall. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. Why not? It must have been the headmaster. All throughout all of undergrad, I used a leather chair in my dorm room. What?
It just doesn't make any sense.
There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it.
Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However,
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
Shame
In
we don't
other
have alter
words-
ego anymore.
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair,
however...
and that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure.
But any
Dang.
information about the Mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have.
Oh, that's terrifying.
You don't like that?
The shadow people. Are you different? Okay, there's like the keyboard is like slightly overlapping with the The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Coins! Alright, anything you
Dude, is
gotta
that an
say,
Alienware?
Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. I don't think it's an Alienware. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming through.
A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall.
Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room?
I think I might know how to open it.
You know how to open it. Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick.
Do you just push?
I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password, and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there.
11037?
Yes!
You're right. That's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this...
Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. Oh, you're not even gonna try?
Mm-mm.
No, wait.
Too hard.
There might be a chance. You're the ultimate lucky student. You might just luckily guess it, Makoto, and I think I know what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be really sad if it is what I think it's gonna be. Something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of. Or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it? Just to be sure?
Well?
It's not like you need my permission.
I was under the assumption I did, actually. No.
Are you sure? Because the way you said that.
Yeah. Are we having a fight right now? No, I'm kidding. After the last one, I can't be sure with you.
Yeah.
If you want to... No, sorry.
If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want.
That's a statement of... Yeah, no.
Very
Okay.
loaded.
Do I need to click on that or the keyboard? You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong.
Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. It's gonna give us a little CG and everything. I collected myself, then turned to face the monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in, I knew that was gonna be it.
You're not gonna believe this one.
What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Uh-oh. She's becoming the woman behind the slaughter. Makoto, you gotta get out of there. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim.
Why?
Kyoko. Oh no, man.
What? Is there something wrong?
Oh, we're gonna get the tragic, like he did something to protect her, aren't we? And that's like why he had to leave and not be around. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not have even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Surprise! A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy? That's what made it so unusual. Let's take a look at this first. I better check it. Okay. I'm gonna check out this bitch present before I do anything.
Yes.
There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. It's a bomb. We got these in the bomb factory.
Yes.
Should we
Can't wait
open
to
it?
see what it is.
I'm getting a kind of bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto.
Why? You think it's dangerous?
No, not dangerous. But surprising. Probably.
Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see.
Wait, so... You know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay?
Anyway.
Are you saying... It's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay. I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, and I took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Bro, she said
Dang
don't
it.
scream.
You had one thing you were supposed to do, man.
Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. A human skull. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Is it Papa? I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought.
What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Our bones, excuse you? Human bones!
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body.
That's pretty much the same thing! A dead guy in a box!
That's called a coffin.
My father.
Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him.
Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Man, I'm never getting this blessing now.
It's
Same
over.
man
Well,
she's been
guess we can
searching
just get
for?
married.
Yep. Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. This is our third one through this. Yes.
Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway.
As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it?
I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
Would she really give up her pride? Just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Thanks.
Alright, so now to make things even worse, let's look at this nice picture of you and your dad. Huh? This picture? It's all faded. It must be pretty old. It's the garden of Rokijima. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko? Dang, she hadn't even turned around and seen that yet?
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now?
Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. The pink-purple hair is natural, apparently.
Yeah. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now, he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father?
Kyoko. I mean, I'd argue, like, Kenzo.
No.
Photo of Kyoko and the headmaster has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, there's a desk with some papers. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey,
Sorry, I had to yawn.
Yeah. Been there.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like.
Are you sure?
because
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't.
Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is it a all-purposes e-handbook?
Oh my gosh.
Huh? Is this? Quick, Makoto, break it over your knee. Break in case of emergency.
Awesome.
Nice. This is an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster.
Even the headmaster gets an ultimate title.
I'm assuming that's what that is.
I think you're probably right.
it would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it?
Huh? But, Kyoko...
I
don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here.
Then... I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? It's like Ronnie giving you the Dark Moon Greatsword, Makoto. She gives this to you as her consort. She
Yeah.
to use. It's proof of your union. Headmaster's e-handbook has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto?
Huh?
Can I ask you a favor?
Reaction.
Anything you need. A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey,
Could you leave?
Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while? I'd just... like to be alone for a bit.
Kyoko.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to... get my emotions in order.
You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But
Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself.
Okay. I understand. Then I'll see you later. Alright. Well, I didn't expect us to get the key to accessing those lockers so soon.
Yeah.
Is she really okay? Kyoko. It must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Yeah, pretty decent teeth. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the Mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead.
The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is...
Number 4.
I was already taking a sip. 15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? That's something I was going to bring up earlier, but we were kind of just getting into it, right? Are we sure everyone who's dead is actually dead? Because, like, I don't know, Walt. I don't know. Maybe that's something we should revisit later, you know? We should just touch on that later at another day. We just got to consider all of our options, right? But everyone else is dead. Okay, well, Makoto's not.
He's happy. He's sufficient okay with this. I'm really sad they didn't show the Mondo butter.
I was actually about to say, there are a couple of the deaths that, like, the body didn't show back up after everything was all said and done. There could be a possibility that that person is actually not dead and gone. Like, the Mondo went into a machine that quote-unquote turned him into butter, but, like, what if it just didn't? Right? Anyways, let's keep moving. We got a lot more to cover besides that, though. Let's get some evidence before we start jumping to conclusions, Levi. How about that?
Have we fully considered the numbers theory?
Hey, who knows? It might come full circle. It might come all the way back around. I don't know.
That'd be really funny.
Even Mukuro.
We didn't even get to see Mukuro's face, man. We did.
Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. And there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be! I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way.
Or Battler Maxing. There just has to be. Episode 1 Maxing. We've gone in the reverse. We've gone in the reverse of Umineko, where it's like, nah, it has to be someone who's not one of us now. It couldn't have been one of us all along.
No, that doesn't make sense. There's no red.
That does make it more difficult, doesn't it? Giraffe room. Nice of them to put this right here for us. Now let's see how much we'll actually get out of this.
How'd they put a giraffe in the locker?
Okay, not that one. Probably not any of these. It's just going to be the ones that are like actually straight on. I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Card reader. Knows how to get locked. After all, it's pretty similar to the card reader. The e-handbook. Does that mean let's just give it a try? I took out my handbook and then no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means the owner can do it. Wait.
But what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room?
I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
What
let's
the
give it
heck?
one more try. It's gonna make me do it again! I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and... Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. So I have to go through every single one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Giraffe.
This thing is practically empty.
Gift card.
Practically.
Starbucks.
5,000 mono coins.
There's just one thing.
Yes.
Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is.
Open it.
But there's some writing inside. Could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look.
Bro, you and your privacy with the girl's bathroom and now this.
Loser.
It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly. Like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before.
This is the same angle that he got conked over the head last time with, so I'm afraid.
There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster. and my father.
Oh,
He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said.
The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. Okay, so that's leaning a little more credence to the idea of, like, maybe something bad happened outside of the school that we're not aware of. Because it does seem like the initial idea was this is more of like a bunker type situation rather than a you're locked in here for a death game.
This game did come out in 2010, so I don't know. Was Party Rock out yet?
I don't think so, actually.
That must have been it.
Yeah, no. People didn't have the hope that Party Rock gave them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it came out in 2012. I think. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan.
So that's what my father had to say to me.
Hope this is actually Kyoko and not a misdirect, because otherwise that's going to be funny later on.
As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father.
This can't be true. Can it? But I knew it was. And I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Hey, Kyoko, is this a good time? I found this thing down the hall. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else.
No, that's when you take it and you just throw it in like it's a live hand grenade and see what happens.
But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? Again, also the idea that, you know, we all had memories before this that are now gone. And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little.
I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster. And my father.
Unless Kyoko's got a sister we're not aware of. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the... Or a brother. I guess it could technically be a brother, too. I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled.
That.
What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair.
You know what I'm gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna say it.
Are you gonna say it?
I'm gonna say
Are
it,
you gonna say it?
Mr. President. There's been a second despair.
Oh. I didn't know what you were gonna say.
Oh.
Locker pocketbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I thought you were gonna go for the easy joke.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that it? Yerp. Oh, I just spilled Pepsi! It's fine, it just got on the desk. It didn't get on my keyboard. 1 second, I gotta go get a paper towel.
That was it. That was the second despair. It hit the Pepsi. Oh my gosh, turn on your TV! Turn on your television, any channel! This Pepsi fell over! Oh, the greatest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Pepsi, Beepus, as it were. You guys ever flipped a Pepsi can upside down and read it? That's some scary stuff, man. anyway. We've kind of been in it, but, hi, Cleb. Nice seeing you as well. We've just been doing our thing. I'm figuring at this point we're gonna, like, do all our investigating and then do the trial on Sunday. If I had to figure. Which, in a way, I think is gonna be quite good. And that'll be the end. 15 stream. Fifth streams. For one Dangan. No, the Pepsi's dead. Pepsi turned into Coca-Cola. But yep. It usually took us, what, like about 9 or 10 streams for each Umineko episode. So 15 for a Danganronpa, I'll take it. I honestly thought it was going to be a little shorter, so I'll take this. If that's the case, I wonder if we'll be able to keep up this trend and we'll be able to make each Danganronpa be 15. That'd be nice. But if I'm not mistaken, I feel like the second one is definitely longer than the first one, but maybe I'm crazy. I could be crazy, man. I feel like V3 is also definitely longer. But we'll see. For now, you guys like these lockers? Putting these card readers on them? It does make you wonder what exactly happened here to make it all broke-did. So messed up on the second floor, but also only on the second floor? How'd that happen?
I'm back. I think I cleaned up the majority of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look out! It's right there!
It's not.
Well.
Oh.
I tried. They should make a Pepsi Land.
A Pepsi Land?
Well, yeah, there's that Hershey Park in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
They should do that. More corporations should do that. I don't know.
Okay, let's see if any of the rest of these have anything in them. I doubt they will. I mean, there's only 2 left.
North Carolina.
There was another one that had stuff in it.
Oh!
This locker is totally disorganized.
The hero looks like he would like this.
Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Not probable. Is this a deck of playing cards?
Yes.
No. They're tarot
No.
cards. But wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes?
I don't know.
It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Well, there you go. What? What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro?
Coincidence.
The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us and got held back 3 times. And we were all sucked into this evil world. And also there was that too. Again, I think you were all here before you were this time, but we never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. Oh, wait. Was there more? Was there more? But the more I see,
I don't
the
think
less
so.
it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Let me take it. Oh, no, the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Let me just look at it one more time. Nope, I didn't mean to click. Okay, yeah, that was.
I was gonna say it was just the 3 blue circles that popped up.
Just making sure. And that should be everything in this room now.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. We got a lot out of this floor. I didn't expect we were going to get that much.
Mm-hmm. It was originally called Brad's Drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's Brad?
And not because the creator... Well, that's the thing. The creator's name was Caleb.
Oh! Did he make it for like a friend or something? And he was like, yeah,
No.
This is Brad's drink. What?
No. He was a pharmacist.
Uh-huh. You know, weird enough, that is where like most sodas came from.
Want to know something crazier? I said it was in North Carolina. The name of the place in North Carolina was New Bern. Spelled B-E-R-N.
Wow. New Berncastel.
Mm.
Alright.
Well, now where are you gonna go?
I don't know. That's what I gotta think about. We already been up here.
Ding, 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 ding. Cowbell. I am kidding. The guy's name was Caleb, but his last name was Bradham.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We got the dojo, we got the biolab now. We got the guard. Well, no, there was the guard. Well, it says there's that. Well, that's because it's from the scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm. Fourth floor had the
let's
data
just go up.
center.
Yeah, let's just go up in order. So let's just go up to the third floor or the fourth floor and do the data center and the headmaster's room and all that.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to the Monokuma room.
Hey, Makoto.
I almost said a word that I should not say.
What?
I combined Monokuma and room and it did not come out right.
Oh, Makoto! Are you here to look around too?
Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But
Although, I couldn't bring myself to open it.
You're up, Makoto. If there's a bomb, you have to take it.
Yeah, come on, bomb diffuser.
Yep.
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So, you open it.
That's so crazy.
I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting
She
blown
meant
up.
it. She meant it, brother.
Okay, so I guess I'll open it.
Oh wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded.
Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything will be okay, right? Alright. Here goes nothing. I threw all of my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected.
That's so funny. Shoulder check the open door. Oh my gosh.
There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was...
Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi.
The paw symbols are killing me
Yeah?
over there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Look.
Is there something wrong?
It's I can just see somebody being like, okay, I gotta move his hands.
Yeah.
Like, it's awful.
There's some kind of hatch on the floor. The mono hatch. But right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. That's probably how he gets around. He's in the vents.
Yes,
this
he's in the
device?
dang walls.
It looks like some kind of control panel.
That's a lot of buttons.
It's really over the top though. Like some kind of military installation or something.
Oh yeah, kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it.
Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean...
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons.
Uh-oh. Hold on! You can't just or whatever something like this! But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. It's called the scientific method, Makoto.
Yes.
Look it up, sweaty.
Huh? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think it came from the other room.
Wow.
Hina, what did you push?
I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center.
Data center? I took a good look at the control panel. How are you not sure when the button's that big? And I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it.
It just doesn't make any sense.
And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center... that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here.
All right. Where is he? Did I just hear what I think I heard?
Ah!
FNAF jump scare. Is that Monokuma? Hey! Yeah?
Grrr! Give me all your donuts!
Is that you, Hina?
What? Oh man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup?
This is crazy. You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button!
Wait. wait. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man.
Those were two different statements, game. Those... Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, okay. Go back in.
Oh, my eye.
Which, again, reinforces the idea that it really couldn't have been, like, most of the people who are still alive now, because Monokuma's been around before, with all of us here. Has he been around since... Yeah, no, he's been present with all of us since Mukuro died because of the trial.
The only explanation that would disagree with that would be the pre-programmed explanation.
True, which I do not believe at all, because that would be, I mean, again, possible, but highly improbable. That's like...
It would take someone that's got like an ultimate level of programming skill to do that.
True. But I believe in Chihiro. Chihiro left us alter ego. There's no way.
Whoa, hey Makoto! What the heck was that just now?
Monokuma.
Huh? What do you mean?
What you were controlling just now. It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma?
Who's that?
What? For real?
Yep. Looks like that control panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means... the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah. They were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey,
Maybe the Mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time.
Kyoko's theory was right.
But if the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right?
I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true...
5.
And the Mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No. It can't be. There's no way, right? Monokuma control room has been into the truth bolt section of your handbook.
What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making.
Oh no. It's nothing.
Oh, okay.
You made her sad! What about you? Is everything okay?
Oh, well, it's just... This is where the Mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something?
I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true.
So, like... You wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out.
Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay. You want to get going?
Yeah.
Anything else to look at? Nope. The floor. I just now noticed.
What about it?
Oh, wait. He said look at the thing first and then we could... Okay. Oh, never mind. What?
Oh.
As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that?
The door! It just locked on its own!
What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why?
Of course it's locked! Because the data center is now restricted.
Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, no fair! You can't go around just restricting whenever you feel like it!
Hey,
It's for your benefit! Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving.
Then... that room...
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are.
So, right now, you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense!
There was a hole in the floor that you specifically said, hey, let's leave and not look at that before we left the room, that I tried to look at twice and the game kept me from looking at.
We were just in there and we didn't see anyone!
Magic. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been?
I'm gonna... It's the saying the thing to Kyoko all over again. I'm gonna get you, game.
Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hat?
Okay, at least he's telling us. At least... No way! The hatch on the floor?
Too bad! That was your one big chance, and you blew it!
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever! Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating! I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace!
He's gone, but...
So,
Was he telling the truth? The Mastermind was hiding in there?
In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave...
Well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. That does not sound good, Makoto.
You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later.
Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can, too. That's the only way forward.
Cowbell time.
Oh, what else we got? Headmaster's room.
I'm waiting for it. Who's gonna be in here to help with our investigation? Quote unquote help.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
This is the headmaster's room. Oh my god, those pictures. There are repeats up there.
I was gonna say.
I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. There was actually a headmaster that served multiple times. He served 2 non-consecutive terms, so they have his picture up there twice.
Ah, Makoto. It's you.
Oh, Yakuya. Puh!
Yes.
Well, let's look at these 2 first, because I'm sure they'll probably just be the same thing they've always been. Even in the headmaster's room, there's a monitor. Even in the headmaster's room, there's a surveillance camera. You've been, oh no, we were told the room was like this. I was about to say, you've been digging around, Byakuya?
Floor paper.
There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Our sword!
Yes.
There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. A shield? I
It's
did not
really
see a shield.
tiny. You can't see it.
Okay. The bookshelf seems to be really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books.
An eye for craftsmanship, huh, Makoto?
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Is he gonna be like, why haven't you talked to me yet?
Yeah.
Yes!
Are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such ignorance.
When we get out of here, remember this moment.
Thanks, gang.
Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting?
Yeah, I was getting ready to go look at it, and then you... What do you mean, something interesting?
Take a look at this.
God damn it.
Boom. Oh, that's me.
I was gonna say, it's still you. It's still...
It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk.
Class number 78. Student registry?
It contains profiles for all of us. And Mukuro.
So, in other words,
Apparently, class number 78 refers to us.
Wait. When we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room, didn't it say 70...
I see.
Yeah, 78.
That's right. It also mentioned class number 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page.
And since the
And
rest
since-
of... Oh, sorry, I thought that was me for some reason. We're both doing it today.
It's true. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student.
Oh gosh,
Watch
we should
out
watch
for
out
her.
for her.
Come on.
Yeah.
That must be how Kyoko learned about it.
I'll say as a quick aside, I was scrolling on Twitter before this, and I saw people made a tier list of like all the Danganronpa characters, and in a tier all our own was Mukuro Ikusaba, and the category was
Watch
the
out for
16th
her, or
student.
the 16th
Watch
student.
out for her. And I was like, yes, so real. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry.
Okay. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point?
She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page.
Ah, okay, there's more. The first page.
Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages.
What?
So, in other words,
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have.
Alright, well, hit me with it, bub. What kind of information is it?
Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you?
I'm starting to think you can.
It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself.
interesting.
I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue.
I know what he is now. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly. Oh, wow, actually kind of a picture of her. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. Huh? The entity known as the Ultimate Despair.
Oh, he's poetic. He's bohemian.
She's next to Aoi. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair, and I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. And this is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean that Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto?
Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note.
What is it?
Did you notice the picture in there?
I did, Byakuya. Thank you for noticing that I noticed.
A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class, number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds,
Dang.
and it even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32.
She was a super soldier? At 97 pounds?
What do you think?
I think it sounds unreasonable. What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Whoa. Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later.
We do still have a very burnt corpse that we can look at.
Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean?
Byakuya, you're giving him too much credit. We gotta at least wait until we're in the trial room.
Yeah.
Wait. Is he trying to say? Maybe not. This is Makoto's character development, actually, is by the very end.
Brain blast!
He starts putting 2 and 2 together before we get to the trial room. That's what he...
Think!
Yeah. There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's trying to say? I mean, again, probably reading too much into it because the hair is meant to be burnt, probably. But there is a faint bit of it right there that seems like it's supposed to be showing color, and it's not the same color as her hair. So there's that, too.
Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business.
So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Mukuro's profile has been added to the truth bolt section of your handbook.
Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention.
Okay. Advice? For me?
You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well.
Don't say anything else again, because then it'll be real. It'll happen. It'll happen. It's not that we're getting along. She's just done a lot to help me.
Well, don't put too much faith in her.
Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford.
I don't want her to betray us, man. What are you saying?
Just what I think. Call it a hunch.
A hunch?
But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. I really hope Kyoko's not a traitor. That would cause despair, though, wouldn't it? To have her help us all this time and then backstab at the last second.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or the other...
The next one that was locked before was Biolab.
Biolab on the 5th floor, Monokuma door on the 4th floor, 2nd floor dormitory area. Yeah, that's the last one, besides the actual place of death.
So it's all 5th floor.
Yep. Raw.
When Escoffier asks me how I like it.
Ice?
No, raw.
Oh. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. Where was Toko?
Weird.
I don't know why. I just thought of her because like she might be in that people could still be in. I keep forgetting about going back to the place of death, the garden. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Me thermostat. There are icicles hanging from the monitor, but not from the camera. I'm surprised the surveillance camera can work with how cold it is in here.
Hot camera.
Apparently. Tarps. Or sheets of metal, whatever those are. Oh, it's so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That is the first thing I need to figure out. The game keeps doing this to me. It keeps making me look at specific things, and then by the time I'm done looking at the specific thing, it's like, okay, you can't look at the other thing you wanted to look at now. Leave. Leave the room. Leave the room. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. They look like mortuary posts. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side,
They're not.
there's some kind of weird machine or something on the wall. I've seen something like this before. Oh, okay. I thought he was about to be like on the left side of the room. That's where I've seen it before. Oh, that's
True.
it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Can I look at this yet?
It's so cold, man.
Oh, there's some kind of booklet here.
Oh, okay.
Instruction manual. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know the automated system has activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? Okay, what are these?
Sure. It's so cold in here. Oh, never
There's a
mind.
stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Yeah, they like tarps in Hope's Peak.
They're useful.
Okay, can we
I
look at
wish I
these
had a
again?
tarp, man.
There's some kind of weird machinery on the building to the wall, and on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left. The right-hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue.
I don't know if makeshift is the right word.
The biolab secret has been added to the True Secondary Handbook. And about those lights by each slot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe. There was one more to the right that was on. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up blue, another one of the victims is... Biolab lights have been added to the True Secondary Handbook. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the Mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 5 of us. One Mukuro who is not interred in here, supposedly, which makes 6. That makes 15. That's 15 bodies. I fucking knew it. Someone's not dead. Someone's not dead.
You did not do your math right.
Did I not?
There are 6 of you alive right now.
Okay. Toko, Byakuya, Kyoko, Hiro, Makoto. Oh, Aoi. Okay, I didn't do my math right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could look, though. But the game's gonna be like, no, you can't. But...
You're not the ultimate detective. You get grossed
Sometimes
out.
the machine is not- yeah, no, he's not gonna. The instruction manual's right there. We could, like, figure out how to open it, Makoto, and look inside each
Nope.
one.
Mm-mm.
Nope. I didn't even try that, okay. Well...
I'm losing it because Duke Onkled was possessed by the spirit of Monokuma in the chat.
Oh! Not a fan of puns myself, but you do you, man. You do, Monokuma, I almost called him Monokuma. You do you, Onkled. This is where you were. Oh, Toko. So this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight?
No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue.
Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not once a single clue. Figured since this place was related to the case, they would have to have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time.
Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I am going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing.
Nobody's gonna say that. Well, one person is gonna say that.
Me.
Yup.
Master will!
I'm not sure I can disagree with that.
I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me?
There's a problem here that you can fix, Toko. That It's you. You're the problem in this equation.
Shower.
Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Well, we should at least look around, Makoto. Before we do anything.
Ding, ding,
Totally
ding.
imagine Sakura out here using this to train. Let me click on it.
Pew.
There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. We found a clue in here, but it was the Mastermind's attempt to find Kyoko. That target seems pretty far away. I'm amazed what people can do with a bow and arrow. Oh my god!
Yes.
The cherry tree's in full bloom. Nothing strange about that. Well, it is, considering it's indoors, it is kind of strange. The suit of armor's on display. It's extremely Japanese. The extremely Japanese suit of armor. There's one of the monitors. It's better than some freaky Monokuma TV show. And camera. Maybe I'll bust the hell out of it for real. You're not gonna do that. You're a wuss.
Why is it everything?
I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm just gonna get going. Alright. Nice talking. Nice chat, Doko. Nice talking with you. Alright,
Oh
well,
man.
I'm assuming Hero's gonna be in here then, probably.
I was gonna say, are we gonna jump from one neuroticism to another?
Yep. No?
Wow.
The body's gone.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
Sorry, it looks really funny with the giant blast stain. And there being no body there anymore.
Yes.
Huh? It's gone. Someone needs to be with this stuff, guys. Mukuro's body. To be fair, though, they probably assumed after the trial that, like, Makoto was dead and gone. And so they were like, we don't need to worry about this anymore, and it easily could have been taken in that time.
Yeah.
It's not here? It was like 3 days had passed. Well, it's not around, is it?
The chickens. Oh.
There are still just 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. The sprinkler control panel. It's set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and the Monokuma said the time couldn't positively change. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed? I better check just to be sure.
Lawnmower.
I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be... in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I better look into it. Okay. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? Wow. How did you guys not notice that? Okay. I didn't notice it before, but there's a small stamp on the corner of the tarp. It says... Biolab.
And why didn't they just use the tarps that were available in the room that was available that had tarps?
Yeah. Then this originally came from the biolab? Tarp has been added to the visual sector. They like tarps here. They like tarps sometimes.
It will have been involved in half of the cases at this point.
Tarp case, tarp case. It's those flower pots. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. I think I can check them off the list. It's the lawnmower. I don't think it's related to the case. What about the pickaxe? We made a big deal about the pickaxe, and it hasn't come back since then. There's all kinds of different gardening tools. Is there anything that sticks out about them? No matter how hard I look, I don't see anything. It's that pickaxe. Handle says Crazy Diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. Pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Strange. No truth bullet for it.
Nope.
Why make that connection then?
Oh.
It's that fertilizer. Do they use this to help grow the Mondo? Okay.
I won't.
Okay.
Oh, I won't.
Well, now we... Okay. That's all I really needed to check here. Yeah, no, there's nothing else. I mean, look at this.
Whoa!
Flower. Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? I don't think it's related to the case. I better keep my distance. Hope it didn't eat the body.
True. Oh, shoot.
That's what I was afraid was gonna happen.
I thought we were going to be able to go back to the biolab.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well
Kyoko.
then,
No!
all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you
Oh,
a little
A hint? I thought it was gonna be trial time.
Sixth time? Sixth
For those
flashback?
of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Okay. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Where's
Could also
Hero
be a
been?
tarp. He fell asleep.
Speaking of the devil. Oh, hey, Hero.
Ah! Makoto!
Why'd you act so surprised?
Oh, no reason.
You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say?
I just did, actually. I'm on my way out.
You already talked to him? What'd he say?
Listen, sorry, but I gotta go.
Hero, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Or did Monokuma say something to him?
He must have found out he wasn't going on further into America's Got Talent.
Just Makoto.
Yeah. I think he does that little spring every time someone's gonna walk in there.
Yeah.
If he's gonna tell everyone individually.
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
The envelope? Huh. That doesn't seem suspicious at all. This must be the envelope.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
Oh, good. What?
Don't worry, just get on with it.
Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me, except no you,
Dang.
it looks like. No
Sakura
you.
has got that thing on.
She does. Taka's covering Junko's face. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize.
Why do we got the Dutch angle?
Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file... Mokuroi Kusaba? The 16th student at Hope's Peak? Watch out for her?
Watch out for her.
Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. Well, weird is a interesting statement to make, Makoto. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. Well, I feel like they don't either, Makoto. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me to not be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is...
How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean... Get out!
But...
How strange.
I told you, I'm not fielding any questions!
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field!
But...
Yeah.
I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it! Group photo has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Is this a Murder on the Orient Express situation?
So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected.
Well, now what?
Well, we'll see if it'll give me the freedom or not.
Yeah.
How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? I feel like it's a real hint. Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real. So full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No. I have to clear all this up.
No, Makoto was just sick that day.
True. Ah, the plot thickens.
When's the plot gonna thin out, man?
Not anytime soon. Okay, Byakuya's in the archive now. Hina's in the dining hall. Now Hiro's in the garden. And now Toko's in the bio lab. Alright. Okay.
Where to first?
Well, archive's on the second floor.
Cowbell.
Oh, man.
Been a while since we've been in here.
What are you up to, Byak? Actually, it hasn't.
Well, no, not the archive, but the library.
Oh.
No.
Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends.
Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the... Why was he acting like that? I probably think because you weren't present in the photo that you're the mastermind. Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Alright, well... And I'm assuming the only one that's gonna have enough sense to be like, maybe that's not true, is probably Kyoko. Oh, okay. Well.
Next.
Yep. This is just gonna be a bunch of everyone being like, I don't want to talk to you right now, actually.
I'm upset with you.
Yep. Am I? No, there's no one on this floor.
No.
Hero, you ran away so fast. What happened?
Ah!
Hey, Hero.
Makoto!
What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that.
No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry!
Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It was like he was avoiding me.
Weird.
Like he was afraid of me. Why? Let's get Toko now, and then we can go back down to Aoi. And since I didn't see a Kyokster on the map, I'm assuming something's gonna happen where like we're gonna have to find her after everyone else.
No,
So,
she's
dead. I decided to visit the biolab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her.
Oh.
Passed out. Again. Yay. Huh? Toko? Alright, when's she gonna...
Oh, I see.
Okay, so Toko did what I wanted to do.
She didn't read the manual first. She was just like, what's with these weird door
Yeah.
things?
It's open! Oh, but Toko... Toko! Are you okay? No. No! She's not dead, is she?
She might be. Oh. No.
Gah!
Wishful thinking. It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch cold.
If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Have you
Oh,
reached
then
a
what?
certain
Hot and bothered?
age?
Straight up horny?
Okay, so why did you pass out?
I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose?
Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch.
Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
I can't believe
Huh.
she said bazinga.
And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned.
This was the last place I thought we would encounter bazinga of all things.
This did come out after Big Bang Theory, so they owe some copyright stuff there. That definitely was copywritten by them. Yeah.
Bazinga being copied is that's just so ludicrous to me.
There's no way that's not copywritten.
I mean,
I would
you're
be
right, but
surprised.
just the premise is so ridiculous.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah.
Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory.
No. It's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat.
I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes, yes.
By himself?
I assume so.
Oh, I'm on.
I knew it! I totally knew it! I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now.
Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Oh, I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, I'm sure she probably didn't remember.
She wouldn't have known, yeah.
Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know.
There's gotta be
It
some
doesn't make
reason
sense.
for it.
It doesn't add up. Have we fully considered Bazinga theory?
I can't. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut last time I was here. Yeah, what could have happened? That's crazy.
It just doesn't make sense.
That must be why she passed out. 9 times out of 10, usually when this happens, it's Kyoko. The other out of 10 is Byakuya.
Right.
What? She was in the corner? She was
there the whole time.
How did we miss her?
Kyoko.
She faints so easily.
Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room.
Oh yeah, it's
It would seem...
It's a morgue.
yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and... well, there you have it.
You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here, when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear, not the raisin.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there...
That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. But there was no blood. Actually, we don't know that. There could have been blood. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
Dang.
Anyway.
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that.
Could we at least look and see who it is? Yeah, good idea. Nope.
Makoto.
Nope, alright.
Give me a hand with this.
Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly, she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it.
Huh? How come?
Because Mukuro's body is in here.
Mukuro's corpse? Because when Makoto said, "Is she in the biolab?" that wasn't definitive proof that she was in the biolab. But if Kyoko's saying it, let's chase this rabbit trail. Mukuro's body is inside the fridge.
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial.
The Mastermind did it? Because they assume we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body.
Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail.
Okay, so... what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished.
Just wait over there. That's it? Alright. Easy part.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Mukuro is here, and if that's Mukuro, assuming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus Mukuro, who I had assumed was not here earlier, plus 6. 8 plus 6 would be 14. 15.
And then there's one more up above that.
That's not on.
Yeah. There's 9 occupied and 7 unoccupied
Yes.
for 16.
Precisely, which would mean that there's someone else who's not Mukuro. Because there's 7 unoccupied. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And there's 6 of us. So someone's not dead, then.
That. Or there is...
Or there's someone who's unaccounted for, but we've been told that the only people who have been here the whole time are the 16 students. Who have been alive the whole time have been the 16 students.
I was going to say, the only other thing is the only other body that we've seen that wasn't in one of these we saw just before we came here. because it was in a present box.
Yes. Okay. Okay. That's just something to keep on the mind going forward. All right. So I'm standing over here. I'm assuming that means it just wants me to talk to her again.
Probably.
I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. And before she's like, what are you talking about? I didn't go down to Monokuma.
Yeah, true.
Is there am I crazy? Am I losing my mind?
What?
Is there a cricket in here?
I don't know.
1 second. Wait.
Okay.
I think there is.
Eat it.
I don't know where it is. It's probably hiding on the shelf or something. Gosh dang it. It's making its little cricket noise. We're gonna have to bear with that now because I'm not gonna be able to kill it without taking like 20 minutes to look for it.
I don't think I can hear it.
Well, you not hearing it doesn't mean they can't hear it.
True.
Anyways, all right, bear with that if you can hear it, audience. Otherwise, you don't hear it, and it's only me that has to deal with it. But
Honestly, if I can hear it, it's really funny because I think it's like it's working with the music.
yeah,
It's
after all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer.
Yup.
well, how about that?
Huh? Why not?
Because
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us or to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer.
That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here, looking at her, he's getting puppy dog mode. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. I really want to think that too, Makoto. I really want to think that too. But we should just be prepared for anything.
It just doesn't make sense.
Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? The very fact that the ultimate despair is multiple people does mean that even if there is another person who's still alive running around that's unaccounted for, that could just not matter. Because there also could be people among the 6 who are part of it as well still, too. So...
Have we fully considered murder on the Orient Express theory?
yeah. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? I don't think it was forged, but I do think it was to confuse you. That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. There are several other explanations.
Nope.
Use your context clues, Makoto. Perhaps Kyoko isn't the only person who lost her memories upon waking up. Did you ever think
I
of
just
that?
don't get it. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming you have more for me, Kyoko. I should ask you. Oh, no? No? Are we just gonna do the same
Shoo.
thing? Is it just gonna be the same
Shoo.
conversation?
because
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then look at the body, maybe? It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. What about the other ones? Can you look in the other ones? On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. It's the same thing as last time, but
it
where are we
would
going?
seem
Ah, okay, no, Kyoko is gonna interject.
It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied.
So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. That is exactly what she just said, Makoto.
It just doesn't make sense.
Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? This is a he's not gonna get it until the trial moment. This
Yeah.
Biolab Lights has been updated in the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. Alright, what about the desk and the tarps? Anything there? I've already looked through this instruction manual. Tarps? Tarpulon? You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Really? It's the same as the one I found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been updated in the truth bolt section of your handbook.
Okay, Makoto. I'm done.
Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief.
So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death.
The blow to the back of the head was also inflicted after death. Really?
The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings.
Which means that she must have died from the other wounds, which were several days old.
Yeah.
So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, I almost said defeated, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which was completed through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So she was several days dead. The only option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago.
I'm not sure I follow, Kyoko. I guess I don't see the difference. For once, I'm with Makoto.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
It is the words.
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder.
True, they were brought up for a reason in the Monokuma file. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? I mean, that's no, you get the Monokuma file after you find the body, not after they're killed. So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
In the sea of fragments.
One of many. Also, yeah, there is that too of maybe the body wasn't Mukuro's.
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning.
Mom didn't tell you enough stories, did she?
Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work.
Okay, Kyoko.
But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Kyoko's account has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook.
Hey,
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time.
Tell away. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right?
You remembered all that?
They are indeed consistent with the corpse.
So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bolt section of your handbook.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here.
Oh, wait, are we not gonna put the body back? Don't you think that's kinda... sad? Leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair.
But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
I'd kill her again.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow?
Well, yeah, but still.
Whew.
You really are naive. You know that? It's really quite appalling.
But she could have abandoned me. But she decided to help me instead. For someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then,
I think we've done all we can here. Back to our separate investigations, yes?
Hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. We do? Am I forgetting something? Oh, that's right, I am forgetting something. I need to ask her about the pocketbook that I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Oh, okay. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead then. Out with it.
Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So,
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Well,
You know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to.
Actually, I managed to open them using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers?
I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us.
Well, there is a good way to test this. We could go back and close the locker and then try to have you open it and see if that works.
After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker?
Everything you just said makes perfect sense. But there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too?
Video?
Makoto.
All the way back to the beginning, the first motive. What was her video?
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined.
What are you talking about?
I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes.
Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have a problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker.
It's my hole! Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense.
Class 78 urgent interviews. Interesting. A DVD? And it says Class 78 urgent interviews?
So...
I found it in the hidden room after you left.
Okay, so not her video from way back when.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever been before.
None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Interview DVD has been added to the Truth Quote section of your handbook.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything. Even my own feelings.
You're talking about your dad, right?
I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life.
And all because of the Mastermind.
However,
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the Mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the Mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that.
Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the Mastermind.
It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
why?
So, why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess.
She let out a small laugh as she said it. But her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope.
Absolutely not! Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know?
Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial.
Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose! Alright. Oh, one last go at the AV room. After everything.
And yeah, I don't know if they're gonna have you do it at this point, but Aoi's still waiting for you in the dining hall.
I might go check. Let's see, actually. She is. I'll head down there. See what she has to say. Hi, Aoi. Hina. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you.
Makoto!
Yeah, no, figure.
Sorry,
Yeah.
gotta go!
What? She ran off so fast, I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina. Why? Why won't you talk to me? Alright. Let's just do one final check. I just want to make sure there's no more. Because I feel like once we go into the AV room, we're going to see something intense maybe. So just make sure there's
I don't know.
no more people anywhere to talk to. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Onklin says he doesn't hear any animal, which is a crazy way to describe the cricket, but that's good. That's
It's true.
alright, Makoto, let's slaughter in.
Man, this box is still just chilling there.
Yep. I should be able to play the DVDs just fine. Well then, I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me, It felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka!
Correct.
It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, in like a week and a half, and there she was!
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
It's voiced. The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. Duh. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
I've heard that VA before. Don't know who he is though.
I'm a little slow, you know.
I think he was in oh, what's that game called? Taryn and I played it recently together. It's the anime Souls-like. Code Vein.
Code Vein?
Code Vein. I think he's in Code Vein because he sounds like a antagonist in Code Vein.
I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Good luck.
Oh, I forgot that was me again. I was expecting her to just be voiced. You want me to accept that?
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school?
Accept.
What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
According to behind the voice actors, he was not in Code Vein.
Interesting. Well, then there's a
He's
VA
a very
in Code
famous
Vein who
VA,
sounds
though.
Very similar to him.
He's a big name.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. You said that out loud. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me, so he was here.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Sorry, he just said it with such intensity that I...
He sounded evil.
Yeah, no, it's like nothing we've ever heard out of him
Yes.
before. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But I, the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, That's the very least I can do for you.
I get it. This is just a ripoff of Severance.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya? Toko? Hina? Everyone.
Oh, we're just not gonna know Hero. Okay.
They all said that they all agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Yeah, of course.
Oopsie! Looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure my ass! You cut the power on purpose! Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed too obviously... something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the Mastermind. Wrong intonation. So does that mean... I've lost my memory too? What?
No. It
doesn't make sense!
It doesn't make sense, man!
Oh, man. What about the others? Have we all forgotten? No.
I don't know. I can't make that conclusion yet.
I can't make that judgment call, Makoto.
Yeah.
Interview DVD has been updated in the Truth Bold section of your handbook. Ding dong, bing bong.
Another hint?
Or is it time?
Nighttime.
Nighttime!
Everyone go to bed.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end.
It is in fact time.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that
Remember
dawn
that
is
Sakura
totally
video
pitch
game?
black.
Yes! What about it?
Nothing.
There is
Okay.
no storm that won't eventually end. Of course,
I just remember this
that
music
leads
played
to
during that
drought.
too.
Yeah. Wish it was real.
But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning.
I don't like that.
Anyway, let's get started.
And
The
how right
beginning
you were.
Of the end of the class
Mr. Kuma.
trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. Can you do the whole spiel here so that, like, we can get it over with?
A
The
deadly,
class- yeah.
a deadly.
The class trial is going to start. The final class trial.
Lyle.
The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Here we
Now go to
are.
the mono machine. No.
We could. I could spend all my
No,
mono points real quick.
no.
I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if I can go much longer tonight.
Yeah, it'll probably be once we get to the save point. That's probably the move
That'll
because
be
this
the
will be
best
a long
thing.
one.
Yep, I figured it was gonna probably be long. We have a lot to figure out. I mean, even with all the information we've been given, I still don't, like, I haven't formed a conclusion about anything. There's still a lot of blanks to fill in. So, I'm assuming it's going to take a while.
Or will you pick the dreadfully long one?
What? Like,
The way I said a long one made me think of the intonation of Monokuma when he says, "Will you pick the dreadfully wrong one?"
oh.
Now I'm just thinking of a really long
Dreadfully long one.
donut. Yeah.
Donut? Well, I guess,
What?
yeah.
I'm thinking of like those. What I don't know what they're called.
The
I can't think
eclairs?
what they're called. Maybe they're like they have like cream filled in the middle.
Yeah, an eclair.
Yeah.
They're long and
Just
like
a really
rectangle
long one of
shaped.
those. Yeah.
Huge eclair.
There's like a bunch of normal eclairs, and then it's like, and then Monokuma's like, which one do you want? Long one.
Oh.
Hina's nightmare.
Yeah. No, Hina's dream. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto.
She keeps doing this. She just started doing this today.
She's gonna get punched.
Yeah.
You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared?
Yeah. For now, at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
They hate you.
Maybe.
Don't worry. I'm sure they'll be here soon.
And just like she said.
They're traveling in a pack.
Yeah. Byakuya! Byakuya? They arrived, one after another. But they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero. Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial. Question?
Yeah.
Where's Toko? Ah, that's it.
So I appeared.
I'm late!
Oh, I'm on
Oh,
fire.
strong silent master, so wonderful, so cool, so hot, my loins are ablaze.
Yes,
Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
my beautiful.
With my scissor-sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil.
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys.
If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it.
Dang. Bye-bye.
Where am I?
No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now.
Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now.
Okay, well then, let's begin.
Thrills, chills,
This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair. Climb maximum sorrow.
that's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial, and this time, it'll be fair.
What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know.
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today,
I'm
And I'll
feeling
make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Why is he saying it like that?
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. Ah!
Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
Whatever.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time.
With an inexplicable confidence, Kyoko was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed.
Gosh.
Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd.
He got to him, Kyoko. You were right. He got to him.
Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial.
You're right. I'm ready.
so
Ready to win, right?
Of course.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator.
Choo-choo.
I started making my way toward the opening. Step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I mean, it's going to be the last time no matter what, whether you win or lose. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator.
This should be the same setup as the last trial, yeah.
Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper. It fell.
You should be a rapper, Makoto.
Big Mac.
Yes!
I closed my eyes, and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. Well, I mean, if you guys win, you're probably like gonna go back up, but what could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. It looks different.
Ooh, industrial.
Reminds me of the trash room, actually.
Yeah.
This is the final trial site?
What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage! The always exciting final boss battle! And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chill.
Well then, let's begin!
I would like to see the
Dang!
game.
We didn't do the deadly.
Well, he might. All right. I don't think I can get out of here until I set my skills and everything. I think I'm probably just gonna keep what I've had because nothing changed since the last one.
Yeah.
So, yep. Okay. And then from here I'm probably gonna have to.
Yep,
Spoilers,
you
guys.
just gotta-
Spoilers. Don't look.
You're just
Don't
gonna
look.
have to.
Look away.
You're not allowed. Okay. Woo.
Look away. Look away.
Ah!
All right. I'm just gonna make sure, just in case. Just gonna make sure. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right.
All rise. That's what he just said.
All rise. Hi, Chihiro.
Well, that's that.
One more stream, you think?
Definitely.
Well, then on Sunday, we'll be seeing you again for the conclusion of Danganronpa 1.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
But other than that, what do we have for the rest of the week?
Not much. No videos coming out. I don't think there's any streaming happening. I've been toying around with the idea of doing a gorilla stream of something, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
You're gonna fight the gorilla?
yes. That won't happen until I get to Sekiro.
Dang.
That'll be fun to figure out how to do sorcery only in that. But
Wild.
in any case, come check that out. We made a lot of progress last time. That'll be next Tuesday, though. That'll be the next Tuesday. Dark Souls 2 stream will continue. We got 3 of the 4 primal bonfires lit, so
Nice.
I feel like we can't be much further along. Yeah, sorcery is really strong.
Yeah, apparently.
But that's about it.
All right. Well, I will say, Sunday stream might be at a different time. I hope it's at a different time, actually, because
Yeah.
I got new employment recently, so I'm going to start working at times that may have previously overlapped with stream times. So stream schedule might change soon. Probably not going to change the days. We've talked about this. It might. We'll let you know if it does. But it might just be that it might be a little bit later on Thursdays and a little bit earlier on Sundays. Might be how it chalks out as of right now. But if we do change the days, if we change it drastically, we'll let you know. So we'll keep you guys in the loop. Don't worry about that. But otherwise, we'll have to see y'all next time.
Yeah.